Hello everyone. So this is my second part of the Newton-Raphson load flow analysis lecture. I'm going to take an example with a simple numerical solution. I will discuss the power flow solution in my third lecture. In the present lecture, I am just explaining how to use the Newton-Raphson method when there are non-linear algebraic equation in the system. Okay. So I have taken simple two functions f1 and f2 with an equation 4x2 sin x1 plus 0.6 is equals to 0, and my f2 is 4x2 square minus x2 cos x1 plus 0.3 is equals to 0. So these are simple non-linear algebraic equations. 2. Now my first step is to convert in Taylor expansion and find Jacobian matrix. Now how to find a Jacobian matrix? We have to do partial differentiation of f1 with respect to x1. This is my matrix and this is the first term of my matrix. In my first term, I have to partially differentiate this f1 with respect to my first variable x1. In a similar way, I have to do the second part of my matrix will be partial differentiation of f1 with respect to x2. So it is two variables, so that's why my matrix will be of 2 by 2. I will also make you understand how to examine that what will be the size of Jacobian matrix. It is a very common question in exams. Okay, we'll do it further. Before that, let's learn how to make a Jacobian matrix. So Jacobian matrix is a partial differentiation matrix in which we differentiate our equations with respect to each variable. In a similar way, my second row first term is partial differentiation of f2 with respect to x1 and partial differentiation of f2 with respect to x2. Hence we can make mathematically we can show it like that, and we get an answer as 4x2 cos x1, 4 sin x1, x2 sin x1 and 8x2 minus cos x1. Please do it by yourself just to verify the answer. Okay. Let's move further. So we will put this Jacobian matrix in our Taylor equation. So this was my Taylor equation which I have discussed in my earlier lecture, and it is the most important equation in Newton-Raphson method. In this equation, we'll put the Jacobian matrix with our correction values. These values we have to measure, and our function values in the form of this. So it is also very important. This particular function values, if we form in a matrix form, these are known as mismatch matrix. You should know these names as well. So this is a Jacobian matrix. These are the correction value matrix, and this is the mismatch matrix. Okay. Now step 2 is assume initial values. So I have to assume the simplest initial value of my variables. So what are my variables? My variables are x1 and x2. So I have initial value of x1, which is x1 naught is equals to 0 radian. Similarly, x2 naught is equals to 1. Why I have taken this as radian? Because you can see in the equation, x1 is an angle. Okay. Now step 3, I have to put these initial values in the Taylor expansion series. When I put these initial values in this, I get this matrix, and the values of this, by the values of this matrix, I can make out these two values. Okay, so these in my first iteration, I will find these. So after first iteration, I get these values. What is my x11? What is this? This is my x1 variable after first iteration, and it is initial value plus correction value. Okay, this is the method to find the iterative values in Newton-Raphson. Similarly, x2 is my second variable. The second variable first iteration value is initial value plus correction value. So I got my first iterative values as this. Again, you have to do these iterations. So the number of times you will do the iterations, the answer will become more refined. And how will you know that I have got the answer? When you will subtract the x2, the second iteration, with the first iteration, if the value comes out to be near to 0, this means that our iterations are successful. We have found the convergence. Okay. Now, if we talk about the size of the Jacobian matrix, I have told you I will tell you how to find the size of the Jacobian matrix. So for that this formula has been used. How this formula came out? Okay, this is nothing to discuss about this. How this formula came out? Just remember this formula to find the size of the Jacobian matrix, and this formula is made for a system where there are total number of buses is n. So n is the total number of buses and m is the number of generator buses, and out of these buses one bus is considered to be a slack bus. Now how to use this formula? I have taken a simple example again. So I have taken an example where I have taken number of buses as 500 and number of generator buses as 100. For load flow analysis using NR, what is the size of the Jacobian matrix? So to find the Jacobian matrix size, I will use this formula. As you can see, in this formula I have to find this value of m. To find this value of m, I will consider n is equals to 500 given. 100 is not m. 100 is the number of PV buses. It is important to remember that m is not 100. 100 is the number of PV buses, and from these PV buses I have to deduct one slack bus. So that's because of this particular thing. To select m value, I have considered this example. So please remember, out of the PV buses we have to find one slack bus, and obviously the now m value will become 100 minus 1, which is 99. So I have to put here 99. So my size of Jacobian matrix came out to be 899. That is 899 into 899. So this is the size of Jacobian matrix. Now Newton-Raphson method, how to use it in our power system equations, I will discuss in my third lecture. Okay, thank you.